Hello, and welcome to #WPSD Proud. This will be an ongoing series, and my name is Todd Behanna. I am an alumni of WPSD, and I'm currently working as a human resource specialist here at the school. We have invited a group of parents, WPSD alumni, to come and chat with us today about their experiences and share their impressions of the school. We have three wonderful people with us today. Hi, I'm Holly Mendel, and I am the proud parent of a WPSD student. Actually, I have two students who have attended WPSD. My oldest son graduated last year, and my daughter is currently attending. Hello, my name is Tony Remus, and I began my career at WPSD in 2003. I worked in several departments, including life skill coach and teacher's aide, working one-on-one with the students. 3 years ago, I became the parent of a student here at WPSD. Hello, my name is Alan Majoka, and I am also a graduate from the class of 1988. And my daughter recently graduated WPSD last year. Wow, in the springtime, time goes fast. She's currently attending Gallaudet University in the honors program. I am also a staff person here at WPSD. I work as a mentor with some of the students in the print shop so that they will be ready to continue their career after they graduate. I'm also a graphic designer. Well, thank you so much. David, how about you? Hello, my name is David Straight, and I graduated in 2007. I started here in 1998. I lived in Tionesta. That's about a 2-hour drive north of Pittsburgh. And I went home every week, living here for 9 years. And then I graduated. As a WPSD parent, what do you think the school has done for your children? And how have they helped them to prepare for a better life after they graduate? Well, my daughter is recently here. She started as a mainstream student, and then we moved her to WPSD. We were wondering if it would be the best placement for her, but 2 days after she arrived here, it was amazing to see how much she had changed already. WPSD has so many wonderful things to offer all students. Every student is an individual, and it's great that they provide for each student's needs. My daughter is happy. She's no longer isolated. She's involved with her peers. It gives her an opportunity to succeed. Tony, what do you think? Well, my son is 12 years old now. But when he first joined our family 3 years ago, he had no language. He's profoundly deaf. He did not sign, speak, or have any written language at all. We knew that WPSD was the best place for him. And he's been here 3 years since at WPSD. His language skills, his writing has really taken off. We know that he was older, but we did place him in the first grade. And he attended that class because he needed to acquire language. 3 years later, he has almost reached the equivalency of a 4th grader. In 3 years, he's succeeded that far. So WPSD has really been beneficial for him. My wife and I were concerned about how our son was going to acquire language. But with the work of the teachers here and our desires that we explained to them that we wanted for our son, they worked with us to help his language take off. They really cooperated with the parents here and what we wanted for him. Alan, what do you think? Well, my daughter graduated with Holly's son. They were in the same class together. And that class, we watched them all the way to graduation. And now my daughter is in Gallaudet's honors program, and the teachers here played an important part. So, do you agree with the communication policy? Yes, I do agree. The communication policy meets the needs of each of the students here. Whatever the student needs, because they're not all the same, the communication policy addresses. Whether they're completely ASL or they have some speech and are trying to acquire sign language. Even though they're speaking, they're learning to sign too. WPSD offers everything that each of the students needs. They focus on them and they address what language need. One size does not fit all for all students. Holly? Well, the WPSD communication policy is good for everyone. Everybody's different. And whatever the individual needs or requires, WPSD meets. For example, my son, he's never spoken. He's signed all his life. He's profoundly deaf. However, I encouraged him to try to acquire some speech. It would be helpful for his future, for him to be able to live independently. And my daughter, well, she never signed before she came to WPSD, and I was a bit nervous. I didn't know if she would feel lost, but after we placed her here, she learned about deaf culture, and she found herself and her identity as a deaf person. She has learned to sign and how to communicate with anyone who is deaf. She's more happy in 1 week than she had been, so I know that that's the best decision we could have made for her. Both of my children have learned a variety of ways to communicate here. English is important, and it's important for everyone. David, what do you think? WPSD has an open policy here for communication. The students decide with their parents what they want to do, and I agree with that. Students will use the communication that is most comfortable for them to learn. Oh, can I add something? The first time that I came into WPSD 5 years ago, to be honest with you, I couldn't identify which staff was deaf and which were hearing because they were all signing. Mostly everybody signs here. So the communication access is wonderful. Well, the first few years that I was here, I didn't know how to sign. I learned ASL here at WPSD. Most of the time I was speaking, but now I can do both. And I'm lucky because my wife is profoundly deaf and we're able to communicate very easily with sign. Tony, what do you think? What we are saying today is what we truly feel in our heart. It's what we believe. I agree with Tony. I have not noticed any student who is not happy here. They are successful at so many things. The staff and the students cooperate and work together. I haven't seen a student sad or feeling left out or, well, I have never seen anybody attacking anybody here. Really, they work as a team. They want the best for all the students. They want the best for their future. We want to give our children the best of the best. Alan? I spent more than 3/4 of my life here. I love WPSD. David? The teachers, the staff here, and where I am today, how I act today, the choices that I make, those choices were learned here at WPSD. I make good choices, and WPSD taught me that. If you work hard, then you'll get what you need through life, everything you need. And I learned that here at WPSD. The dorm staff, the teachers here, they were involved in my life, and they weren't out of my life. Well, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your experiences and your thoughts about this school. I really appreciate your time. And thank you so much, David, for joining us. Thanks for watching.